What is no longer worth it because of how expensive it has become? All fast food. Used to be you could at least rationalize it as a cheap treat, but now it's just as expensive as higher-end, fresh ingredient places, with the same garbage quality and smaller portions. Thrifting has become crazy expensive. All of the thrift stores I used to go to have increased prices. On top of that, garage sales are crazy. My favorite is pulling up to garage sales and see the owners have just printed out random listing from eBay. No Bob, I am not gonna pay $100 for a microwave from 2010 because it sold for that on eBay 5 years ago. Redditor responds. Goodwill has lost their damn mind lately. They have forgotten that they are a dumpster that people pay them for the privilege to dive in, not a boutique store. Another Redditor responds. Literally. Was there with my sister the other day and saw a Metal the Miz bottle that was $6.99 and the original tag on the bottom for $9.99. Was super dirty inside and all scratched on the inside. They got it for free and we trying to charge 70% of the original price. They're just testing us at this point. Doritos. $6.99 WTF. Redditor responds. That's what I'm saying. 3 years ago at my local gas station the really big bags were like $4.5. It's $7 now. And drinks used to be like $1.79 each with a deal for 2 for $2.50. Now it's $2.59 each with a deal for 2 for $4. WTF. How everything is now a subscription. Okay, I guess I don't need it. Redditor responds. I also hate how you need a log-in for everything now. I don't want an account. I just want to buy a shirt. Another Redditor responds. I miss the days you could get high-quality apps for a single 99-cent payment. Everything is now $5 per month service. Ordering delivery. Used to be same price as ordering in person with a small fee and tip per item. Now most places have signed with a service, so they no longer do it themselves and now you have to go through DoorDash or Uber Eats, etc., which add on additional fees, increased prices from menu price and larger tips expected for what in most cases amounts to worse service than back when restaurant or pizza joint did their own delivery. Redditor responds. Also everywhere is asking for a tip option when checking out. Like I'm picking up my own pizza, I'm not tipping on top of the $20. Another Redditor responds. I got ice cream the other day. The suggested tip on their kiosk was 22%. For ice cream. Ordering delivery. Used to be same price as ordering in person with a small fee and tip per item. Boxed cereal. A box of Cheerios for $7 plus? Get the fuck out of here with that nonsense. I'll buy the store brand for $2 that comes in a bag instead of a box, at least until that gets too expensive as well. I need to figure out something else to eat for breakfast that's not boxed cereal. Redditor responds. This. Also, the family size boxes are not the same family size they used to be. Family size is the same size as the normal size like 5 years ago. Years ago I remember my parents saying not to get the family size cause we'll never eat the whole thing before they get stale. The normal size now is good for 2 bowls of cereal, yet the prices nearly tripled what they used to be. Cereal is the biggest joke going. Concerts. By the time all the extras and fees are applied they're out of reach. Redditor responds. I used to go to concerts all the time, now I have to be much more selective. Once a year, maybe twice if I'm feeling rich. Another Redditor responds. Yes. I wanted to go see Blink-182 when they were here but I couldn't justify $400 plus fees for shit seats. Dynamic pricing is going to make concerts only for the wealthy or it's going to completely kill live music. I used to go all the time too. Another Redditor responds. $1,000 to see Taylor Swift the size of an amoeba. No thank you. Cost of living/housing. We may as well just all fuck off at this point. Redditor responds. I'm an IT professional. I out-earn my parents by a large margin, yet I'm in my early 30s with no house or car. I'm gradually saving up for a deposit, but I can only do that because I live with parents and earn an above-average salary. Even I get fed up. My dad bought our house on a single blue-collar salary. I honestly don't know how people on minimum to average wage or rent keep going. I honestly don't know how to survive anymore. Everything is getting more and more expensive, yet no one is getting a raise. Something has to give. Redditor responds. I make more money than I ever have in my adult life. I'm also more broke and skimping more than I ever have in my adult life. Another Redditor responds. I honestly feel like COVID really fucked a lot of industries. That or greed got completely out of control. It seriously feels like in 3 years' time almost everything is 30 to 50% more expensive. Cable television. Redditor responds. And now streaming services are just as bad. Edit, okay everyone, I get it, it's still much better than cable, and you're right. But neither are anywhere near as good as my Plex server. Another Redditor responds. A pirate's life for me. Another Redditor responds. I stopped pirating when it was more convenient just to watch everything on Netflix. Now it's more convenient to pirate everything again. Better experience and of course, free. I used to like dropping by Starbucks for a coffee, but fuck the $6 lattes or whatever it is now. Redditor responds. I blacklisted Starbucks. I was apprehensive after the lawsuit, but I gave them a second chance. Charged me extra for light ice. They're dead in my eyes, and I was an employee for 3 years. Another Redditor responds. They devalued their Loyalty Star program, and it's pathetic now. I used to go once a week minimum. Now it's maybe once a month. Footlong sweet onion teriyaki from Subway and normal drink was $14 at Subway yesterday in Miami. I'm done with them forever. Redditor responds. Remember $5 footlongs back in the day? RIP. Another Redditor responds. Feels like it wasn't that long ago. Another Redditor responds. Promotion started in 2008, ended in 2012. Came back in 2017 and made franchise owners furious because it wasn't profitable at all for them, with many refusing to honor the promo. Again in 2020 during COVID-19 pandemic in an attempt to boost sales, but it was $10 for 2 footlongs. Farmers markets. Everything was like 1/4 what it'd cost at the store, grown closer, and by smaller local farms. Then everything changed when it became trendy. Now it's more expensive than stores, and I question if it's even from local farms and not Costco. Redditor responds. I go to the small one near me and the sellers have things like citrus fruit and bananas you clearly can't grow in Minnesota. I don't trust that they've actually grown any of it at this point. Another Redditor responds. I'm born and raised Washington State. I see some fucker at a farmer's market selling apples in the spring and summer. I know damn well they came from a warehouse. Also they're all nice and shiny from the wax the big companies spray them with for grocery stores. Junk food. $6 for a bag of Lay's? I'll eat some damn baby carrots and hummus for less. Can't remember the last time I had a Coke either. Redditor responds. In 3 years it went from $2.99 a bag to $3.49 to $5.99. It's price gouging. Hey there. We're halfway through this video, and if you're enjoying it, I'd really appreciate it if you took just 2 seconds to hit that subscribe button. Your support means the world to me and goes a long way in helping me create more high-quality videos for you. Most fast food. Redditor responds. I went to McDonald's the other day for the first time in years and was shocked at how expensive it is. Another Redditor responds. Remember when McMuffins were 2 for $3? Hash browns are now 2 for $3. Another Redditor responds. A value meal at McDonald's now costs just as much as a meal at a lot of sit-down restaurants like Applebee's. It's insane. Another Redditor responds. McDonald's has moved to a two-tier pricing strategy. 1. Cheap food via the app for people who regularly order cheap food. 2. Overinflated list price for people who rarely order fast food. Another Redditor responds. They've pushed me from the rarely orders fast food category to the never orders fast food one. Airbnb. All of the add-on fees usually drive the cost higher than an actual hotel stay in the same area. Redditor responds. Yep, market saturation has hit. An actual hotel stay comes with clean sheets and towels, and no concerns about surprise cleaning fees when you didn't push the chairs in or something. Another Redditor responds. Not to mention amenities like a gym, a pool, and sometimes free breakfast. Another Redditor responds. Hotels also resolve problems more quickly. Another Redditor responds. And no shady stuff like cameras. I hope LOL. Another Redditor responds. That's why whenever I'm in an Airbnb I strip naked and walk into every room while furiously masturbating and spinning to give a long look at each wall so that wherever the camera is they're always going to get the best angles. You either assert dominance or you become the victim. Another Redditor responds. I was planning a trip to Disney in Florida with some relatives. They used Airbnbs when they travel and was insisting we go that route. Not me. I found a resort just outside Disney, pool, hot tub, bar, breakfast, room service, concierge, for a little more than they had priced was well worth it to me. To top it off there was a washer and dryer in the room. On other trips I've taken, Homewood Suites by Hilton have never let me down. Free breakfast and light dinner, including beer and wine. Brisket used to be really cheap because it has lots of sinew and connective tissue. Takes a long time cooking to break down and make tender. Now barbecue has taken off, brisket has shot up in price. Redditor responds. Oxtails. I used to snap those things in for a couple dollars a lb, braise them, and eat like a king. Now they're 9.99/lb. Another Redditor responds. This has now happened to literally all meat. Stew beef is $7 per pound. If it comes from an animal, it has tripled in price over the last 5 years. Another Redditor responds. My mom used to have a cookbook from the 80s, something like Poor People's Guide to Cooking, and it specifically talked about how you can get deals on brisket because it was throwaway or scraps at most butchers, and if you have the patience you can make it edible. So I grew up with it because I was poor, and now at some point our 2-day brisket recipe is like gourmet. Reminds me of what apparently happened to lobster, except it happened in my lifetime. Buying a new car. Even the crap entry-level models with no options will run you near $30,000. Who the hell is buying a $70,000 Ford F-150? Redditor responds. When we were looking, it was like $28K for a used Mazda and $34K for a new one. Like fuck it, I'll just get the new one. Fixing things, which I used to love doing. It's often much cheaper to just buy another one. Redditor responds. Especially when so much stuff these days is designed to fail and not be easy or possible to fix. Chicken wings at the grocery store, at least near me. By weight they're more expensive than bone-in thighs, drumsticks, or quarters, but less of the total weight is meat than the other cuts. Unless you really specifically need wings than another cut, I don't know why in the world anyone would buy them. They used to be dirt cheap and discarded as scrap. Health insurance. We pay about $12,000 a year in premiums, and also have an HSA that we contribute about $8,000 a year to. We have a deductible of like $10,000 that we have to hit for the insurance to pick up most of the costs. So in a bad year we are out at least $20,000 for medical insurance. We have 2 kids, and are pretty healthy, but seem to hit this every year now. Redditor responds. Plans get worse every year. My wife was offered insurance through your work, and to just have a spouse, the premium plus deductible was higher than her annual income. It was a complete joke. Most all chain restaurants, way better to go to locally owned places. Redditor responds. I have loved Panera for almost 15 years, but it's been a while since I went there. Wanted to get lunch delivered yesterday, so thought it'd be nice to have Panera. Chose the you pick 2 option. Soup was $9 and a sandwich was $17. $26 plus tax for a freaking lunch at Panera? I could get a gourmet pizza for that price. Honestly, Panera can fuck right off. Amazon Prime. It used to be the go-to for everything. Free 2-day shipping and good quality products for cheap. Now it's just shitty Chinese products with Prime increasing their annual fees. Honestly, just not worth it anymore. Redditor responds. I have noticed there is a lot more garbage on Amazon now. I've even received counterfeit car parts and stuff like that. It's becoming wish.com without the cheap prices. Another Redditor responds. Not to mention I haven't gotten 2-day shipping since COVID, even while paying for Prime. Amazon gives free standard shipping on orders over $35, so I just add things to my cart over time until I hit that minimum and accept it'll be at least a week. Helps with impulse shopping too, lol. This is gonna sound weird, but store brand butter. Inflation hit and Kroger ramped up the price for its generic brand, but by doing so made it cost $2 less than Land O'Lakes. Pre-inflation a $3 thing of Kroger but looked more reasonable than the $5.50 or with E for LOL. Now it's like I use less, but anyway, might as well spend the extra couple bucks to directly support dairy farmers. Redditor responds. No kidding, at that price we just buy the Kerrygold. Going out drinking. Redditor responds. Yeah, after college it's become less fun to stand around a crowded place drinking a Corona I paid $9 for. Children. The cost of living is so high, and the job market is so volatile, that I wish I didn't have kids because the stress is insane. I lost my job yesterday 'cause I work in the games industry and it is genuinely bleak and terrifying. I love my kids, but living in the UK is awful right now. Travel. Hotels before COVID were bad, but they weren't awful. Now it's $300 a night to go to some basic courtyards in Canada. It's cheaper to sleep in your car now. I actually miss travel during COVID when hotels were under $100 for really nice rooms, even if you couldn't get the whole package like pools, gyms, and restituents. At this point, food. I'm no criminal, but it's getting to the point where I often wonder, if I just walk out the store with a full grocery cart, is anyone really gonna stop me? When food becomes too expensive, stealing it becomes a moral obligation. Making food so expensive that it's unaffordable is the real immoral and criminal part of it. Redditor responds. I do self-checkout, to avoid having to talk to people, and though I'm an honest person, I can't deny that I seriously consider forgetting to scan an item or two. A bag of chips is around $5 where I live, and that's for the small sizes. Same with condiments. And cereal. And everything else. I used to get whole chicken for about $7. Now I see them over $15 and usually closer to $20 than that. It's insane. Controversial take, college. The return on investment, at least for me, just never seemed worth it even when I tried it 12 years ago. The time, the debt, the long-term impact, you have this degree forever for this specific thing, all of that seems like more baggage than not having any of it. The thing I went to school for? I got a job before finishing my courses, hated the industry, then dropped it all entirely, got a cubicle job, and run a business on the side for extra cash. The things I'm interested in, creative pursuits, mostly, just seem like terrible majors, and the things that are worth it don't even help you anymore. I see all these people with degrees, long resumes, and they apply for 100 jobs and get no replies. My brother is like this. He is way more qualified than me in every regard and he struggles to find and keep work. Meanwhile, I have held down a really solid desk job for a good while and enjoy the lifestyle I have. If I have to go back and learn anything, it's gonna be a trade. As we come to the end of this video, I want to express my gratitude for your time and attention. If you've enjoyed what you've seen and want more of it, please don't forget to subscribe. Your support is what fuels this channel, and together, we can continue to grow and bring you even better content in the future. Thanks again and until next time.